Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors in Winston Chester. Glad to hear this morning. Got a little bit of weather change. The low tonight's going to be 36. So we're looking at maybe throwing another log on the fire for the next couple of nights. So we're looking forward to that. I know a lot of y'all are too. I get a kick out of some of y'all telling me how much y'all enjoy your fires. We don't get a lot of them in the wintertime, but the ones we get, they're really nice. So enjoy while we can. High is going to be only going to get out of about 55 will be high. But that doggone wind again, folks. It's coming out of north at 17 today. It's blown up every day this month. It really has. I've been really checking this month because of the deer and everything moving around and trying to get your ground blind set, and it's been pretty strong. It's been coming out of south a little bit, so you move it over here, then the wind changes, move it over here. So I've just left it alone. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Water temperature is 61. At a river reading, looking at Apalachicola Bluntstown, 17.1. Folks, it shot up. I mean, they open those gates up. I don't know how many they open up, but they sure open them up. 17.1. The Choctaw at Caryville, that rain sort of set over there, and it's going up. It'll be going up for the weekend. It's at 8.4 now. Had quite a bit of rain to the west of us. It was interesting watching that front come in because it moved pretty steady, and then when it got around over Okaloosa County and all, it just sort of slowed down. And I've always heard a weatherman call it starts training, and it's coming up like that. And that's when it sits on you, because on Wednesday it just didn't rain much on us as far as heavy rain and all. But I just kept looking at radar and all. But anyway, they had a lot of rain to the west of us. Okay, and like I say, the tide chart be low at 7:10 this morning, and be coming in really strong till 8:58 tonight. So that's going to be the situation there in the water. Good strong tides. That north wind is going to slow it down on the northern and western shore. Let's take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We got a lot of pictures. We didn't get to show a lot yesterday with Captain Ken Paramore on. That was a great show with Ken. Really enjoyed it. We could have done 2 shows. So we'll get them back on pretty soon. But let's get started with a picture. Try to catch up. If you send some pictures in and somehow I haven't showed them yet, just be patient. If not, send them in again. Let's check out this first one. I got a kick out of this one now. My man G.G. Hunts at Chipley. G.G. Hunts. Okay, listen. He said, hey, Winston, watched Panhandle Outdoors this morning, then got in my stand. This 8-point came by chasing a doe, muzzleloader shot to the neck. It's a great Monday later. So that's a fine buck. So I sent an email back to him. I said, well, it just goes to show you it pays to watch Panhandle Outdoors. So you don't have to get out there at a crack of dawn, especially this time of year, because they're going to be walking during the day. So that's a nice buck right there. Thanks for showing it. A viewer sent this and told me, do not tell folks where this is, because if you know where it is, then you know where it is. Okay, that's what it said. Launch a boat for $4 each. Overnight vehicle parking, $3, with or without trailer. Remember, fish bite best when fees are paid in advance. Thanks, Captain T. This is in our viewing area, but I cannot tell you where. The viewer asked that please don't show, so he just wanted to share that with you. I don't tell you where it's at. Okay, got one. Our buddy over there at Bent Rod Fishing Club, J.B. Hillard, Winston. To me, this is a very unusual color warmouth. I've never seen one like this. It was caught by Gil Price in the Choctahatchee River below Commander's Landing on January 20th. Gil and I were fishing for catfish. He caught it on shrimp using the wrap fishing system. And you remember we've had this on the show before, that wrap fishing system. But check this out. That is an unusual color, a warmouth. So then I got a note back from him. He said, Winston, one of our club members tells me the unusual warmouth caught by Gil Price is a shadow bass. I've never heard of that. So he looked it up on Google, and sure enough, found some photos that look like the same. So if you catch a shadow bass, I'm gonna go back. This is what it looks like. Okay, I've never, I didn't know that. I learned something this morning. All right, move on. Coming up February 20th now, the 6th annual pre-spring Rumble in the Swamp. This is where the youth small game hunt. We've been up there before. They just do a great job up there. Michael Harris and I, we're planning to go up there in Andalusia, Alabama. And we meet, look here, here's our lineup. 6 or 6:30, we're gonna meet at a pick and save in Andalusia. And we'll go out there to the woods and breakfast and everything, a safety meeting. And from 8:30 the hunter starts, and then lunch at the camp. And then afternoon hunt, rabbit hunting, skeet shooting, just a fun get together with some good folks, the Southeastern Dog Hunter Association. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna try to go. We're gonna try to go. Hey Winston, John stopped off at the Highland View Bridge for a minute. I counted 10 rods out. Is that legal? This is one of our viewers wanting to know down there in St. Joe at Highland View. So here's a picture he took. Okay, John did. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in. Can y'all see the rods? He counted 10. I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can count 8 in that picture, but he counted 10, and he wanted to know if that's legal. And that's a good question. And let me say this: when I do my surf fishing and all, I've always thought I've always put out 3 rods because that's all I could handle really. And sometimes Gail, if she came, I put out 1 or 2 more. But if it's just me, I never put out more than 3 rods. And but then I got to think, I'd heard at one time you couldn't put out more than 3 rods. So what did I do? I text Travis and asked him the question, and he said, yes, you can do that. You can put out that many rods. So I thought there was a legal limit on it, but there's not. So Diane, that answers your question right there, you and John. That's a good question. Okay, moving on along. Talking about cameras and all, sometimes the funny things happen and special things can happen. Kaylin Liesenmeyer Cobb, just, the kids, look at that expression, just natural expression right there. Hey, what are you doing? So sometimes the funny thing, not only does it catch bad people, it catches some good people doing good things too. So I got a kick out of that. A viewer sent this to me. Basically, it was a female turkey with a beard. Okay. So it had eggs and all, so it was interesting. And this was by they talked to the National Wild Turkey Federation, and that was a situation there. Thanks for sharing that with me. Quickly, Tom Gurley, one of his pictures, I just love these pelicans. And Tom, look at this, you can tell where it's at, out there the jetties, and Tom's very patient, and he said that's a good yawn. And it's amazing how they're able to do what they do as far as swallowing fish and everything. A couple more. If you watch social media, I'm not going to say anything about it. If you watch social media, it was funny. These meme was all over the place. And then when they put it surf fishing, that's surf fishing at Cape San Blas. I thought it was funny. My cousin Jerry Baker, Jerry's mama and my daddy were first cousins. So I guess Jerry and I are second cousins. Went brim fishing at Holmes Creek in Vernon today with JJ and Jake. Fish Friday night. Folks, is that not a fine mess of fish right there? Fishing runs in our family. And here's a picture from the fishing trip. I had 2 boats out there, and they had a good time. Look at there. That's winter fishing and catching a good mess of fish right there. Okay, we'll stop. We've got more pictures, but we need to go and take a break, and we'll take a break and be right back. Okay, welcome back. Got a little short video to show you. Before we get into it, let me explain what it is. I was talking about burning things and all, the pastures especially. It's been done for generations here in Florida Panhandle, Alabama, and different places. And the idea of just burning the grasses and all, it does so much for this soil. You burn the grass, and then it opens it up, and the sun gets to it. It helps germinate the seeds, and just so many things that can happen. And you get new growth coming to it, and then the animals, birds, and then the other animals start coming in, eating the new growth, and it's just a win-win for everybody burning it all. So I have this, one of my former teachers, Mr. Mac Eubanks, who lives over in Weeball now. Originally, their Eubanks farm is up there in West Gadsden, and they still have farmland. They've got kinfolks all up in West Gadsden, so they'll go watch. Let me see if we can get this spread out. We're going to see if we can. Okay, here they are spread. We're going to show it twice. So they got a 4-wheeler going. This is prescribed burning, and they know what they're doing now. This ain't their first rodeo, but have that little torch where it just boom, boom, boom. and set it. But I want to show you how fast it spreads, and this is what a lot of folks don't realize. This is the Eubanks family. So okay, so look at how fast it's spreading. You got that wind, like we're getting the wind today. But look at boom. I mean, just look how talking about a wildfire, but that's under control. It's prescribed. Okay, let's watch this again. I just want to show you at the beginning of it, if I can get it. Okay, here we go. I mean, he makes one run. He makes one run through here. He went around the pasture. Makes one run. He just sort of, he got a little torch in his hand. What do they call a little burn? It's just, see that torch right there? And he's going there. And then I just love seeing stuff like this. And it spreads through. Look at that big old pasture. And it's just it renews the growth. And this is the time of the year a lot of them are doing it. Almost now the wind is almost too high, but look how fast it spreads. It's done in no time. Now you have to get a permit. I mean, you have to you have to know what you're doing. You just can't go ahead and jump in there and do it without permission and all. Know what you're doing. So anyway, I wanted to show that to you. All right. Next thing, I'm talking about what I'm setting up for this other. Ken Paramore had he was talking about a ground blind yesterday and the different blinds and everything. But he brought up a very good point in hunting this time of year. The bucks, they don't have much of a pattern to them, like coming to the feeder and all that. And he hunts all the time, and I like hearing this from different hunters and all, because they're all saying the same thing, including myself. If you're going to catch them this time of year, you got to go where they're going. You got to get out in the woods on the trails and all. And I'm bad about wanting to sit in a tree stand. I mean, in a blind over the field. But you heard what Ken said yesterday. So anyway, I want to move on. Let me see. I want to show this picture here. Let me see if I can get it up, Jeff. This is Steve Chancey Jr. Steve had ordered a shirt. He sent me a picture of him in his Panhandle Outdoors shirt here, his cap and his shirt. Good job, Steve Chancey. Which brings up another thing. Steve is going to be pulling for Kansas City in the Super Bowl, and I can understand that. But I'm going to be pulling for Tampa Bay. And I'm going to tell you why. I really haven't watched a lot of football, but I love football and I love to keep up with it. Jeff keeps me going on. He knows what's going on. So Kansas City favored about 3.5. But anyway, it's going to be a great game. But the reason I'm going to pull for Tampa Bay, okay, y'all follow me on this now. I have my reasons. The head coach at Tampa Bay, Bruce Arians, he was at Arizona for a while. Okay, head coach. Okay, Bruce's daughter married my cousin's son. They got 2 kids now. Okay, say that again. Bruce's daughter married my cousin from Birmingham, and Birmingham cousins. Mitzi Mills' son, and we had a reception for him. And so anyway, I met Bruce. He's been to one of the family functions over here in the bar. And here's a picture of Bruce and I by the pool over there in the bar. It's not real fuzzy because it was a distance. Well, he took it at a distance, the cameraman did, because I'm telling Bruce some offensive plays to run when he makes it to Super Bowl. So that's what we're doing there. So anyway, but he's a great guy. And hopefully he'll get back to our family reunion kind of thing we do over in the bar on Memorial Day. But he loves to fish, and we hit it off. And he says when he retires, he's going to live. He's got a place up in Georgia on one of those nice lakes up there. He says he's going to go fishing every day. So that ties it into the outdoor head stuff and all. So I'll be pulling for Tampa Bay. All right, now let's go down. Talking about good things happening. I'm going to run out of time. I can tell that right now. But our boat ramp. We talked about a boat ramp down at Carl Gray, and it was a mess. And the person that's sort of in charge of getting things done down there asked me not to call out his name, but he watches our show, and he was well aware of what was going on there, and the cities were well aware of what's going on. And you understand about the sand blowing in, and it blows in pretty fast, so they're staying on top of it. And the work crews for the city was in charge of that. I want to show you, look at here. It is now cleaned out, right here. Look at there. This was full of sand and everything, and look at there. It's all cleaned out, ready to go. And I want to thank the city workers, those guys that got in there and just did a, look at there, it was all kind of mess in there, but it is now ready to go. And they're going to stay on top of it. And it's going to be appreciated, the Carl Gray boat ramp. But it was, you got a good channel going straight out by that, right, I was looking out there, the wind and the waves come in from West Bay and North Bay, and that sand just sort of comes into there. And the only, you have to build jetties and all that. And really, and truly, if they can keep it maintained, I'd just soon not have jetties myself if they can keep it maintained. And I think they're on top of it now. They're aware of it because of different things and all. Okay, so kudos to the city workers and all for taking care of that. Now, let's add some names. We've got to move along here and add some names because we're going to be drawing tomorrow. Our jar's getting full, folks. We might have to get a bigger pickle jar. Okay, here we go. Ed Sullivan, Deer Point Lake, and Cherie Sullivan, Deer Point Lake, up there. Pat Allday from Bayou George, Lynn Allday from Bayou George. Carol Keeling from Panama City, Robert Campbell Jr., Panama City, Angela Campbell, Blake Campbell, and Robert Campbell Sr., and Treva Campbell. Thank you. She always sends such a kind message and all. And Gail put me a note to be sure and thank you for saying nice things and all. That's good. Appreciate it, Treva. Ella Bruner, Johnny Bruner, Gloria Giddens, John Giddens, Deborah Gillespie, Lynn Haven, Perry Gillespie, Lynn Haven, and John Walters. Okay, and we'll be doing drawing tomorrow. Be adding some more names in there. Get them all stirred up. We're gonna run out of room, but okay. Let's go ahead and take our break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at our fishing game times today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. Today's time is one time, right there in the middle of the day, 10:58 to 12:58. And remember, we have that full moon tonight, so usually when we have a full moon, that's when the feeding time is. These times aren't just thrown out to us. They're pretty well based on some scientific evaluations and also some nature observations, okay? Let's talk about, I've got this email and some great pictures. We've had Nick Borthwick, we've talked to him before and all, and he's an outdoor education teacher at South Walton High School, also the baseball coach. He got a family, we've shown the pictures, he and his family, and he introduced the outdoor ed program a couple of years ago at South Walton, doing really good, and he's just a consummate outdoorsman, loves outdoors. And listen to this, let me see, here's what he sent to me. Hey Coach, I was thrilled to get a nice Florida public land buck. Now, when you say that one sentence there, that is an accomplishment in itself. And then he said I had to shoot him lefty directly behind me in my climber. He came in behind me and froze, and he pegged me in a tree. Had the same that happened on a nice buck back on December 19th when I wasn't able to set up lefty. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I've had that before. They come up behind you, you can't get turned around, and so he's been practicing and anticipating this shot opportunity since then. I was ready this time. So here it is okay, this is a public land. Okay, over there in Walton County, and here he is, boom. He gets that buck, nice shot right there. That's not snow on the ground now, that's sand, okay? And there's Nick right there, very proud of you. Good shot there. That is a fine public land buck. And notice this, a little sled to take him out on. That's well done. That's a good outdoorsman right there doing all this. And takes it home, and he thinks his little boy's gonna be a hunter. That's a sled in the back, got his truck, a pickup truck all loaded down. Okay, so I asked him, I said, how's outdoor ed class? I texted him back, he said, outdoor ed class doing really good, have 36 students this year. They all got to finish their boater safety course and hunter safety course first semester. This week we are building wood duck boxes. The students love the project so far and are looking forward to the finishing touches and hanging the boxes around wetlands soon. We enjoy the show with our coffee every morning. Nick, thank you. He sent me some pictures of what's going on South Walton High School outdoor ed. They're building these wood duck boxes. I know from experience these kids love doing that. And what a productive and rewarding thing to do. There you go. I'm going to talk about it in a minute, how we all should be doing that. God, I love it when they get on the tailgate of the truck and help out. Okay, we're going to do it on the tailgate. And look at those sawhorses. You think they've been, that's the first thing I looked at. I was tickled. I always look at sawhorses. You can tell how experienced the sawhorses are with all the cuts in it. Somebody done some work on those. Look at the kids working. Got it all measured. Got the lumber, put it together. And see, they're going to learn too the value of doing this. Here they are at the shooting range on the hunter safety course. Okay, the shooting range right there. I think this is Nick's family here at Christmas time, okay? And then the FWC instructor telling them about the guns and all and different things. They're getting to experience it. And I'm just so proud of the job we're doing over there, Nick and the folks over there at South Walton High School. So I want to say this about that. I mean, in all seriousness, I wish some of you folks over in South Walton would call the principal or the superintendent today and just tell them how much you appreciate a teacher doing that, and I appreciate those kids coming in and in that class. 36 kids in the outdoor class. That's almost my average was about 43, Nick. So you got to get it up there. So anyway, I got to think about that last night. Our show hits 9 counties. Okay. Wouldn't it be great, and it would be one of our goals of all of us to get outdoor education in every county? Right now we have it in Bay County, we have it in Walton County. I'm going up to Jackson County next week or two. We're going to I'm pretty sure we're going to get it in Jackson County, around Sneads High School or some of those other schools up there. That'd be 1/3 of the way. Calhoun County has had it. My nephew was teaching over there at Blountstown High School for a while. He's not there anymore. The key to it is having someone on the faculty that loves outdoors. And every faculty I've ever been on, there's always been some folks that love the outdoors. And that's all you got to do. You ain't got to be a big hunter, a big fisherman, or whatever. You just got to love the outdoors. And that goes a long way because you can get that passion. So I want you to help me call up over Washington County, Vernon, Mr. Revere. You were in my first outdoor class. I know you want to do it. And anyway, we're going to run out of time. We'll talk more about that more. But outdoor education is good for everyone. It's a win-win. Thank you all for watching Panhandle Outdoors. You do a good job today, whatever you're doing, and have a great day. God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.